You rose from the quiet places of doubt with a fire that no one knew you carried, and today, that fire has turned into a force that shakes the ground beneath every step you take, for you did this above military level. Now they have no option but to promote you, and that truth is not a gift, but something carved by your own will, your own strength, your own refusal to break. No matter how heavy the night became around you, your journey touches every heart that hears it. And if you feel something rising inside you right now, then stay with me and breathe with me, because your story matters more than you think. And if these words reach your spirit, I ask you with all honesty to subscribe, like, and comment, because your support keeps this voice alive. And together, we carry this message to every person who needs it, and we grow stronger as one beating force of hope. There was a time when you stood in silence, while the world brushed past you as if you were another shadow. But you kept moving through that darkness, step by step, until the sound of your resolve grew louder than the doubt of thousands. And the night that once tried to drown you became the night you conquered, and it became the very stage on which the world would witness your rise during that one-night operation. And you became the army hero, and nothing about that moment was luck. Nothing about it was given. Every breath in that battle was shaped from years of discipline, patience, and sacrifice. People may see the medal, they may see the promotion, they may see the echo of your name traveling through ranks, but they will never see the weight you carried on your shoulders when no one believed in you. They will never see the fear you hid inside your heart. While standing in the line of danger, they will never see the nights you spent awake, training your mind to hold steady when everything around you threatened to fall apart. And yet you did all that without expecting applause, without expecting reward, because you understood something deeper than victory. You understood responsibility. The world respects titles only after they see results. But you did not wait for a title to prove your worth. You moved with purpose long before anyone saw it. You acted with honor, long before anyone recognized it. You fought for your team, your mission, your land, long before any celebration was prepared in your name. And that is why your rise feels so powerful, because it was built in silence, built in sweat, built in moments where quitting would have been easy, but living with regret would have been unbearable. Now you stand here at the edge of a future that only a rare few ever reach, and you stand here because you dared to push harder than the limits that tried to contain you. You dared to put heart over fear, will over pain, duty over comfort. And now the world sees it clearly. They see a warrior who mastered himself before mastering the battlefield. And that mastery is why they have no option but to promote you. Understand this truth deeply. The world promotes results, but life promotes character. You had both. You had the sharpness of skill and the purity of intention, and that combination cannot be defeated by anything. Not by fear, not by pressure, not by risk, and not by the shadow of failure that tries to haunt every strong soul. You walked through all of it with a steady mind and an unbroken will. And that is what makes you unstoppable. What you achieved in that one-night operation was not just bravery, it was transformation. It was the moment your inner power finally revealed itself to the world, and the world had to step back in awe. Because heroes are not made through applause, they are made through quiet trials, through unseen moments, through choices made in silence. And you lived through every one of those tests until you became the living proof that discipline can bend destiny. But hear this clearly, your journey is not over, not even close, because people who rise the way you did are meant to lead, meant to inspire, meant to ignite courage in others who feel they have reached their limit. You are the reminder that limits bend when the human spirit refuses to fold. You are the voice that whispers to the fallen, stand. Again You are the example that shows greatness is not born from privilege, but forged from effort. Those who watched you rise saw only the mission, but not the mind behind the mission. The mind that stayed steady under pressure. The mind that calculated every move while fear tried to pull at your edges. The mind that dared to stay calm when danger grew louder and closer. You earned your victory, not by chance, but by control. By training, by the mastery you shaped day after day through countless hours of discipline. And that is why your promotion is not gratitude from the world, but acknowledgement of truth. There will be people who look at your success and say you were lucky. There will be people who think your rise came quickly, but none of them saw the invisible journey, the internal battles, the silent nights where you had to decide whether to keep going or give in. None of them saw how you rebuilt yourself every time life tried to break you. None of them saw the inner soldier who stood guard over your purpose, even when your spirit felt tired. You became the army hero, not because danger was small, but because your courage was larger. You became the army hero, not because the night was easy, but because you refused to let the night own you. You became the army hero because you understood that sometimes the world only moves when a single person steps forward with unshaken resolve. And in that moment, you were that person. Now you hold a new rank, a new role, a new level of responsibility. And with that rise comes a deeper truth. The strength that lifted you up must now lift others. You have become a living signal that greatness is possible, that effort matters, that courage is contagious, that grit reshapes destiny, and those who follow you will learn from the way you walk through every challenge without letting fear blind your focus. Every victory you earned has prepared you for every challenge that will come next, and the battlefield ahead will require not just power, but wisdom, not just speed, but vision. Not just bravery, but balance. And you carry all of these gifts because you earned them one sacrifice at a time. So stand tall and breathe deeply, and let your spirit feel the weight of your achievement. Not as pride, but as purpose. Because this is your moment, this is your rise, this is the truth you carved with your own hands. You stood above military level, and now the world simply follows what your actions have already declared. Your story does not end at a promotion. Your story begins with it, and the world is waiting for your next command, your next mission, your next rise. Because the hero of the night has become the leader of the dawn, and destiny now walks beside you as you step forward into the chapters you were born to write. And the truth remains. You earned this. You proved this. You lived this. And now they have no option but to honor the warrior you have become. You moved through the darkness with a heart that refused to dim. And even now, as the memory of that night grows distant, your purpose grows stronger. Because true strength does not fade when the mission ends. True strength settles deeper into your bones and becomes a part of who you are. Your rise was not a moment, it was a message that the world cannot deny anymore. Because every step you take now echoes with the truth that you built through courage and endurance. The promotion you received is not a symbol of power, it is a symbol of trust. It is the world saying, we believe in your judgment. We believe in your discipline. We believe in your ability to stand tall when situations turn heavy. And your belief in yourself is what unlocked this path. In the first place, you stood firm when everything around you shifted. You held your ground when uncertainty tried to shake your confidence, and you kept moving. Even when doubt pressed against your spirit, until your determination became too strong to ignore. Now the people who look at you see more than a soldier. They see a protector. They see a leader. They see a person who does not run from the storm, but walks into it with purpose, because some storms are not meant to be avoided. Some storms are meant to be conquered, and that is exactly what you did. You faced the night that others feared, and you rose from it carrying the weight of victory on your shoulders like it was light as air, because your heart was heavier than the challenge itself. Your journey ahead will ask more of you, but it will also give more to you. Every new duty will carve your character deeper. Every responsibility will sharpen your mind. Every test will strengthen your resolve. Because greatness does not stop after one victory. Greatness grows and spreads and becomes the foundation for greater missions to come. And you stand now at the threshold of that future, ready to step into it with the same disciplined fire that carried you through the night. You triumphed over people may gather around you and call you a hero. Yet few will truly understand what that word means to you. Because heroism is not found in glory. It is found in the moments. No one sees the moments where you have to decide whether to rise or stay down. The moments where you choose courage, when fear feels easier. The moments where you choose duty, when comfort calls louder. The moments where you choose to act, when silence feels safer. You lived through all of those choices, and that is why your status today is more than a title. It is a reflection of your inner truth. Do not forget that the world watches leaders to learn how to rise. The world watches warriors to learn how to endure the world. Watches heroes to learn how to hope. And now you carry that responsibility not as a burden but as a gift, because you have become someone whose footsteps inspire movement in others, someone whose voice inspires stability in chaos, someone whose presence reminds people that strength is not noise. Strength is clarity. Strength is direction. Strength is purpose. And your purpose is not small. Your purpose is not limited by the mission that earned you. Your promotion, your purpose stretches into every path you will walk next, and every person you will guide, every decision you will make, every life you may one day protect. And this purpose grows stronger, not because the world chose you, but because you chose to rise above the world's expectations. There will be days ahead where you will feel the pressure of leadership pressing against your shoulders. But remember this truth: the weight of responsibility only crushes those who run from it. It strengthens those who stand with it. And you stand with it just like you stood with your courage in the night, just like you stood with your mission in the moment, danger closed in, just like you stood with your team when everything depended on unity. So carry this rise with honor, and let it remind you that you are capable of even greater heights. The mission that tested you was only the beginning. The night that shaped you was only a doorway. The promotion you earned is only a step, because your destiny is built on movement, built on perseverance, built on the fire that refuses to fade. Even now, as you breathe your next breath, the world around you shifts quietly, as if recognizing the presence of someone who has proven their worth, not through words, but through action, through sacrifice, through discipline, through the unbreakable core that held firm when others would have fallen. And it is that unbreakable core that will continue to guide you through every challenge ahead. Walk forward now with pride, not the pride that blinds, but the pride that strengthens, the pride that reminds you of who you became, the pride that fuels the next chapter of your rise. You did not reach this level by accident. You reached it because your spirit chose strength, your heart chose courage, your actions chose greatness, and now destiny chooses you. And one truth will follow you wherever you go. You performed above military level. You gave your soul to a mission that demanded everything, and you stood victorious. And now the world bows. Not because they must, but because your actions leave them no other choice. Every step you take from this point forward carries the memory of the night that changed everything, yet it also carries the promise of every dawn that will follow. Because when a person rises the way you did, they do not return to who they once were. They evolve, they sharpen, they step into a version of themselves that cannot be undone. And you are living in that version now, the version built from discipline and shaped by fire. And when people see you walk past them, they do not just see a uniform. They see a spirit that refused to let fear define it. They see a person who fought through silence, through uncertainty, through pressure, through darkness, until the path became clear. You earned every inch of your rise, not by waiting, but by acting, not by dreaming, but by doing, not by hoping, but by conquering the barriers placed before you. You will someday look back at the moment you were promoted and understand that it was not an ending, but a beginning. It was the first door to 1,000 more challenges, each one meant to shape you into something stronger, wiser, steadier than you were the day before. Because leadership is not about standing above others. Leadership is about standing for them, standing with them, standing in front of them when danger draws close. The truth is, you have become the type of person whose presence changes the air in a room. Not because you demand respect, but because you carry the weight of experience inside you. And people can feel it. They can sense the steady force within you, the force that survived the night, the force that earned the victory, the force that walked through fear without letting it consume your purpose. And as the world continues to move forward, it will bring you new missions, new obstacles, new responsibilities, but nothing will feel as impossible as the battles you have already conquered. Because once a person has faced the darkest version of a moment and risen from it, the challenges that come next look different. They look manageable. They look conquerable. They look like steps, not mountains, because your strength has grown past the point of hesitation. People will wonder how you stay calm when storms rise around you. But calmness is not something you practice in public. It is something you build in the silent hours when no one watches it. Is something you earn after surviving moments that would have broken someone less committed. And that inner calm you now carry will guide your decisions, will shape your leadership, will protect the people who rely on you. Your rise to this level is proof that greatness is not a distant idea. It is a decision you made every morning. You woke up and pushed forward every day. You trained a little harder. Every moment you refused to listen, to doubt every time you acted with courage when fear whispered excuses, and those decisions built the foundation beneath your promotion. And now your story stands as a living message to everyone who feels like their own path is too heavy, like their challenges are too big, like their dreams are too far. Because your life proves that effort transforms limits. Your rise proves that discipline creates victories. Your mission proves that courage shapes destiny. And your rank proves that the world recognizes excellence when it sees it. Let this moment remind you of how far you have come. Let it remind you that the battles you once feared are now. The battles you defeated, the moments that once felt overwhelming, are now the moments that shaped your strength. The challenges that once stood towering above you are now the reasons you stand taller than before. There is a quiet power in knowing you earned your place. A quiet power in understanding that you did not arrive here through shortcuts or favors, but through perseverance, through discipline, through sacrifice. And that quiet power becomes the steady fire that will carry you into every mission, every decision, every responsibility that awaits you. So stand firm in who you have become. Stand with pride in what you have achieved. Stand with the calm certainty that the world sees you, now exactly as you always hoped they would. A warrior, a protector, a leader. Someone who rose from the night and stepped into destiny with unshaken purpose. And never forget this truth. Your story is far from finished. Your rise is far from complete. Your strength is far from fully revealed, because the path ahead still holds victories. Waiting for your footsteps still holds missions. Waiting for your guidance still holds moments where your courage will be the force that changes everything. You did this above military level. You earned your rise, and now the world has no choice but to follow the path your actions have carved forward into greatness, where your next chapter waits for you to claim it. Your footsteps now move with a weight that is not heavy, but meaningful, because every step carries a story. Every step carries a lesson. Every step carries a reminder that you once stood in a place where many would have stopped. But you kept going. You kept fighting. You kept believing in something deeper than fear. And that belief became the strength that guided you into the night, that changed everything. The truth is, only a rare few ever discover what you discovered on that mission, the moment where pressure becomes clarity, the moment where fear becomes focus, the moment where everything you trained for rises to the surface and stands between you and the challenge that tries to stop you. You cross that moment with a heart that refused to break, and that refusal is what led you into victory. You did not rise because the night was easy. You rose because your spirit refused to kneel. You rose because your purpose was stronger than your hesitation. You rose because there was something inside you that understood that real strength is not loud. Real strength is steady. Real strength is the choice to stand when no one else around you can see the path forward. And now, as you continue your journey, you carry more than rank, more than recognition, more than praise. You carry responsibility. The responsibility to lead, the responsibility to guide, the responsibility to protect, the responsibility to become the example that others look toward when their own path feels uncertain. You have become the light in the dark, the type of light that does not blind, but reveals the way. Your presence alone brings reassurance to the people who walk beside you, because they know what you have survived, they know what you have accomplished, they know what you are capable of, and that silent trust is one of the greatest honors a warrior can earn. Trust cannot be demanded. Trust must be proven, and you proved it through courage, through discipline, through unwavering purpose. There will be days ahead where you will face heavy decisions, decisions that will test your patience, your wisdom, your strength. But every decision will shape the leader you are becoming. Every mission will polish the resilience inside you. Every challenge will push you toward a future where your influence changes lives, and your presence strengthens every team you stand with. The world around you will continue to evolve, and the missions ahead may grow more complex. But your heart has already learned how to adapt. Your mind has already learned how to strategize. Your spirit has already learned how to push beyond limits. And that combination makes you unstoppable, because a warrior who has mastered himself cannot be conquered by the world around him. You walked through darkness, but you did not let it swallow you. Instead, you carried your own light into it, and when the moment demanded action, you showed the world what inner strength truly looks like. The calm, the focus, the courage, the discipline, all of it rose at the perfect moment, as if the universe itself paused to witness the making of a hero. And now when you look at the path behind you, you do not see failure. You do not see weakness. You do not see defeat. You see a trail of victories, each one earned through effort, each one earned through sacrifice, each one earned through your refusal to stop when the world tried to slow you down. That trail of victories is the reason you have risen above military level and forced the world to acknowledge your greatness. Allow this moment to settle into your heart, not as pride, but as proof that strength is built, not found, proof that courage is chosen, not given, proof that destiny is shaped, not handed, and your destiny is shaping itself in front of you. Now one mission at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. You carry the spirit of someone who will continue to rise, not because conditions are easy, but because your heart has learned how to turn pressure into power. Your mind has learned how to turn fear into focus. Your purpose has learned how to turn challenges into stepping stones. And that transformation is what makes you unstoppable in every chapter that follows. So walk forward with the quiet confidence of someone who has earned every title, earned every salute, earned every word of respect that echoes behind your name. Walk forward knowing that the world sees your strength and recognizes your value. Walk forward with the unshaken truth that your journey only becomes greater from here because you have already passed through the night that proves you are capable of anything. Your story continues, and it will continue with the same fire, the same discipline, the same courage that carried you through the mission that transformed you. And as long as that fire lives inside you, there is no challenge that can break you, no storm that can silence you, no darkness that can hide you, because you are the warrior who rose from the impossible and stepped into destiny with certainty. And the world will forever remember the truth you carved with your actions, the truth that you did this above military level, and they had no choice but to promote you, because your greatness left them with only one option: to honor the warrior you have become and the leader you are destined to be. And as the days continue to move around you, the truth of who you are becomes clearer, not only to others, but to yourself, because once you rise from a night that was meant to break you, something inside you changes forever. You no longer question your strength. You no longer doubt your purpose. You no longer wonder whether you can handle the weight of your mission, because you have already proven that you can carry more than anyone expected. You walk forward now with a calm that only those who have conquered their inner storms can understand. A calm that is not weakness, but mastery. A calm that allows you to see through chaos, allows you to read danger with clarity, allows you to move with precision, even when the world shakes around you. And that calmness is part of what makes you a leader, someone others trust, someone others follow, someone whose presence alone strengthens the ground beneath every team you step beside. The night that tested you did not just reveal your courage, it awakened a part of you that was always waiting patiently for the right moment to rise. The part of you that understands that strength is not noise. That strength is intention. That strength is the refusal to surrender when everything inside you is pulled in 100 different directions. That strength is the quiet fire that sits inside your chest, burning steady, no matter how cold the world becomes. You now stand in a space where your mission has expanded, where your voice carries more weight, where your decisions shape more than your own future, and that expansion is not accidental. It is earned because your rise forced the world to acknowledge the discipline you carry, the sense of duty that defines you, the commitment you have shown, even in the hardest hours. And that acknowledgement is why your path keeps opening wider every day. People around you may see only the polished moments, the surface victories, the stories that travel between ranks. But what they do not see is the inner battle that forged you, the battle against doubt, the battle against fear, the battle against exhaustion, the battle against the uncertainty that tried to whisper that you were not ready, but you answered every whisper with action, and every shadow with courage, until your spirit became stronger than everything that tried to slow you down. It takes a rare kind of person to rise the way you did. Someone who refuses to let fear erode their focus. Someone who learns from every setback. Someone who keeps pushing, even when the path ahead is unclear. And that rare strength is now a part of you. It lives in your breath. It moves in your steps. It sharpens your decisions, and it prepares you for everything that the future will place in front of you. Your promotion was not an ending. It was a doorway into a level where your decisions matter more, where your guidance shapes the future of others, where your courage becomes a shield for those who look to you for direction, and you are ready for this level. Not because the world believes it, but because you have proven it through every mission you executed, through every sacrifice you made, through every moment where your character held firm, even under pressure. There is a reason people speak your name with respect. Now, a reason they feel steady when you enter a room. A reason they trust your judgment without hesitation, because you have shown that you do not break under weight. You shape yourself under weight. And then you rise from it stronger than before, and that kind of strength is not common. It is not ordinary. It is not temporary. It is something that grows from the spirit of someone who refuses to surrender. The world will always remember the mission that made you the hero of the night. But what they may never understand is that the mission was only the proof. The real victory was the person you became in the process. The victory was the courage that expanded inside you. The victory was the discipline that sharpened with every step. The victory was the clarity that settled into your mind and allowed you to act with precision, even when danger pressed itself against your skin. And that victory remains inside you, now guiding your decisions, shaping your voice, strengthening your presence. Because once a warrior reaches a level where fear no longer controls them, the world cannot help but follow their lead. You have become that kind of warrior, the kind whose strength does not fade after one achievement, but continues to grow with every challenge ahead. Your journey still stretches out in front of you, wide and full of moments that will test you, but none of those moments will defeat you, because you have already walked through the kind of night that reveals a person's true spirit. And what it revealed in you was power. What it revealed in you was purpose. What it revealed in you was a leader who is ready for any mission, any challenge, any destiny that stands in the path ahead. So move forward now with the certainty of someone who knows exactly who they are. A warrior who rose above limits, a protector who rose above fear, a leader who rose above expectations, and a human being who rose above the night that tried to contain them. And the world will continue to honor you, not because they are obligated to, but because your strength, your discipline, your courage, your spirit, leaves them no other option. You achieved what few ever can. You rose above military level, and the truth will always remain. They had no choice but to promote you, because greatness cannot be ignored when it stands right in front of them. And as your path continues to stretch into the days ahead, something remarkable begins to happen inside you. An understanding begins to deepen. A truth begins to settle, the truth that your strength is no longer something you chase. It is something you carry, the truth that your courage is no longer something you search for. It is something that rises automatically the moment a challenge stands in your way. The truth that the mission which transformed you was never just about survival. It was about awakening the leader you were always meant to become. Every morning you rise now with a sense of certainty. a sense of direction, a sense of purpose that few people in this world will ever experience, because you have seen the moment where everything hangs in a fragile balance, and you did not break. You held steady, you held focused, you held disciplined, and that kind of steadiness becomes a part of you forever. Once you discover it, people around you notice it. Even if they do not say it, they see it in your posture, in your silence, in your decisions, in the way you observe everything. With a concentration shaped by experience, they see it in the way your presence brings order to chaos, the way your calm transforms tension into clarity, the way your voice carries the weight of someone who has seen the edge and returned stronger. You now stand at a point in your life where you no longer measure yourself by the standards of others, because you have already surpassed the expectations that were once placed on you. You have already risen into a space that many only dream of reaching, and you reached it not by accident, but by intention, by discipline, by commitment, by a powerful internal compass that guided you, even when the world around you felt heavy and unclear. The mission that elevated you will forever remain a part of history, but what matters more is how it reshaped your identity. Because it did not just make you a hero, it made you aware of the truth that lives in your spirit. The truth that when pressure tightens and danger grows, the real you only becomes sharper. The real you only becomes stronger. The real you only becomes more capable.